Hey, this is my first ever live stream. So apparently, you can activate a live stream uh, on a desktop version of YouTube, but to do it on a mobile version, you need a thousand followers. So we are looking to get up to those thousand followers here on YouTube, because I have a I'm always kind of on the go. So I use this guy very often. So um, I don't know who's going to be watching this live. But I know over the years I've developed a fan base overseas and um, in places like Australia and within the Asian continent. After my appearance 10 years ago on American Idol. Anyways, um, that's not the main purpose of this live stream today. Um, as, as you can see, I'm wearing my Radio MSFP shirt. So we will. So when we go live on the actual station, it'll also be a live episode with here on YouTube as well for the video portion of Radio MSFB. Again, not why I did this video today. So I'm part. So I wanted to take this time to explain something to you guys. Something that I'm working that I and the rest of my MSFP World Music team are working to try to launch. We want to launch a nonprofit called the Splendifikiss Foundation. Our tagline that we're putting on all our merch is the Splendifikiss Foundation, providing a voice to the voiceless. Now, with voiceless, this is not just physically voiceless, but emotionally, psychologically, and metaphorically voiceless. I myself have overcome learning disabilities, being the victim of multiple sexual assaults as a teenager, and mental illness. In fact, my learning disabilities were so severe when I was younger that I didn't even talk for the first time until I was 3. I was literally voiceless. Music, which is why I'm so passionate about it and wanting to also aid others with their music, is it literally gave me a voice. And there are people around the world who are voiceless for numerous reasons. Um, we we look to people in the LGBTQ plus community, and with their persecution, they often feel voiceless. We look at people who who struggle with racial injustice. Those people are part of the voiceless. We look at people with the struggles that I went through. Any of those people are part of the voiceless. And ironically, another group that is part of the voiceless that people don't talk about, except for some of those behind the music thing, is there are literally members of the recording industry, people who are artists who, in some ways, are voiceless. You see, when a production team own, owns your fully owns your masters, like in the case with Taylor Swift, or when someone in your production line leads you to going bankrupt, like in the case with Pebbles and TLC, they become a metaphoric voiceless because someone's taking their power, someone's taking their voice from them. We want to give a voice to the voiceless. With the Splendifikiss Foundation, we're going to provide grants for people on the MSFP World label, so they don't have to worry about who in their production is trying to screw them over. We also are committed to other nonprofits that are giving a voice to the voiceless. So whether it's the GLAD Foundation, your Adam Levine and his Adam Levine's mother has a foundation called Your Mom Cares that's all about mental health awareness. I'm very active in a group about emotional literacy called aimfortheheart.org. You should really go and check them out. And they do amazing work to give a voice to the voiceless. So besides for giving grants, we also want to do with our nonprofit philanthropic work to give money back to these organizations because they do the work as well of giving a voice to the voiceless. So right now, I want to give you a few songs that get about time and that lead and things that make me feel like I can embrace my splendifikiss. Some of these are songs people wouldn't expect from a hip hop artist. Um, one being this cover. Free your minds of doubt and danger. Be for real, don't be a stranger. We can achieve it. We can achieve it. Are you as good as I remember, baby? Get it on, get it on. 'Cause tonight is the night when to become one. Just a little teaser there. Um, I also want to do a couple of quick originals. So this is on the topic of time, and it's called a Time Machine. It's gonna be featured on my album that I've been working, that I'm so dedicated to working on that I'm literally taking as much time as possible to work on it because I want it to be perfect for you guys. Uh, you've seen me advertise it before on my Facebook page, which can be found at facebook.com/ the real big stats. This The album that I'm speaking of that I'm working on is the Splendifikiss exploits of a boy named Matt Frankel. And the song is called Time Machine. Um, I'm actually gonna, since I haven't rehearsed it, I'm actually gonna kind of cheat and have it, my lyrics on here. So, can we take a ride in my time machine? I remember the day I was a young one, but you never belittled me. You were an inventor, and we talked about building a time machine. In my eyes, you could do no wrong. You was like a superhero, brave and strong. When I was 12, you got sick. The doctor said your days were numbered. I remember flying to Texas for your funeral, standing next to my aunt who was pregnant with your first granddaughter. I went up to your coffin when asked who wants to speak. I laid down three sunflower seeds, saying, "This one's for the past. This one's for the present. This one's for the future." Oh, 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 oh! Can we take a ride in my time machine? If I went back in time and took you forward with me, would you be proud of the man I became, going after all my dreams, constantly growing, all the gigs, auditions, and TV shows? I'll never stop. Just let my passion grow. If you could see your granddaughter now doing well in college, and one more thing I want to let you know for your knowledge. If my son or daughter got born today, he or she would have been 7, but they're with you out in heaven. And if my kid was born, I would have called the kid Luke, because Grandpa Lewis, I would have named it after you. I, well, it's almost time to close this out, but I couldn't do a video about relating anything to the Splendifikiss Foundation and what makes me feel Splendifikiss without going back to the very first moment of Splendifikiss. I'm gonna actually have some background music for this one, um, and actually hit you guys with the song that started it all, Splendifikiss. So just bear with me as I pull it up for you guys. All right. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do this one a cappella for you guys. For the kids, 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 for the kids. K, we're crazy kids. I, individuals. D, we're different. S, splendifikiss. Splendifikiss is the word that'll make a get hurt so fly like a bird up high in the sky. Take a dive in the water and testify. You never felt the love like this. Reminds you of your first love's kiss. It's splendifikiss. My name is B.I.G. When I'm grubbing on the new jazz TITs, I'm so notorious. You hear that, Diddy? Yeah, because it was all a dream. He used to read Word Up magazine in the streets. And yes, I was raised in the hills of Beverly, because my white badass was sold in the repping the West Coast. I'm a CP ever since the track conspiracy. So if you seek true democracy all across the world, come and follow me, because you need a little truth and honesty, and bring the justice to the world you see. So if you joined us on this live stream, I want to thank you. I got to keep this one short. Got to get ready for work. It's pretty early in the morning out here, but I just wanted, before I started the day, to get that out to you guys. So thank you for coming on this journey with me, and Like I said 10 years ago on national TV, I won't stop until I reach the number one spot. And I'd like you to also know I'm bringing my team with me. Peace.